mind with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Hey, you all. Well, I don't even know how this stream's gonna go. I don't even know if this pussy motherfucker wants to come on here and talk shit. Come on, show your face. Or not your face. You ain't gonna show your face. Come on. Hey, you had so much to say about calling me what I represent. Well, I don't know if I represent it, but what I advocate for. Come on. Because narcissistic personality disorder is a very, very passionate subject of mine. And honey, let me tell you, you can't tell me nothing about that disorder that I don't know. Go look at all my videos on this channel before I got into posting about true crime. Let me tell you something, motherfucker. Come on. Are you a narcissist? Come on. I'm ready. You wanted to talk shit and call me a narcissist? Nah, bitch. With your account you just made December 2nd. Come on. Come in here with your real screen name. It's obviously a sock. And if you're just new, brand new from December 2nd this year, then you absolutely fucking don't know me, honey. Because for one, what you can do, you can go and fucking patty cake in your own shit, bitch. Come on. Hold on, I'll drop this link. I tagged you. I know you know. Unless you ain't checked your sock account lately. Yeah, y'all, I'm pretty fucking pissed over this. I know it's something stupid that people don't understand, but let me tell you something. I've lived through hell with a narcissist, a true full-blown narcissist. And for 4 years, it took me 4 years to figure out he was a narcissist. I thought it was me. I went to counseling and everything, and I thought it was me. Yeah, Yanni, I think it's a fake account. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Be Good. How y'all doing? Sorry, I'm on a roll, y'all. I'm on a roll. I'm pissed. That pissed me off. Because you ain't going to sit here and call me a narcissist, motherfucker. I go to fucking therapy every week. I go see my fucking psychiatrist every 2 weeks. Let me tell you something, honey. Fuck you. Oh, Tiff, I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's hell, and people don't understand, do they? And they don't know, like, they throw around the word narcissist so loosely on here, and it pisses me off. Because, Tiff, you're probably like me. You can spot on a mile fucking away. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, no, this motherfucker's a narcissist. They can just talk to you for 3 minutes, and you can kind of figure them out. And people don't understand it. It's not just like, they do not fucking understand it. Hey, BJ Marshall. Yeah, the gaslighting. I mean, like, let me think of an instance. I don't even know. There was so much fucking shit. But yeah. Let me see something here. And trauma bond. The trauma bonding is, it's all horrible. It's horrible. It's a horrible fucking disease for someone to have a personality disorder. I've never in my life met such a more mentally disturbed, I don't even know what to call it, human. Not even human, they're kind of like Texas, but their own state. And I guess now's a good time for me to talk about narcissistics. I was going to do a live on my backup channel before I got this channel back about female narcissism because it's a little harder to spot, but you can spot it and it's out there, and it's out there more than we even realize. Oh, Yanni, I thank God that I didn't have kids with my narcissist. I thank God for that. Yeah, Tiff, I second guess my instincts too sometimes but that's the love bombing, or you know what I mean? It's like, you know how they are. Okay, my sound cut out. Am I good now? Hi, Vexing. These motherfuckers got me pissed off tonight, buddy. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I got a video here I want to play on. There's this lady, Manjeet Rupari. I met her on TikTok. She is actually a therapist. She lives in England, but she does like Zoom therapy. I don't see her as much anymore. I see her every now and then, because I spent weeks with this lady and she helped me so much. She has a book out and everything, and we're still friends, and I'll still make an appointment with her every now and then. She's amazing. But this is just a little short video I wanted to play of her about how narcissism came about. And I want to play some things here. Hold on, let me catch up. Sorry, y'all. When I get going like this, I'm horrible with chat. So just bear with me and I'll get to you, I promise. Hold on, let me. Oh, Yanni, it must have been really bad. Yeah, it's horrible. And for this motherfucker to call me, I posted a video today about narcissism and this. Did y'all see the comment that was left? And saying I can't comment right now. I'm shadow banned from commenting, and I couldn't reply to it. So that's like, well, fuck it, I'll go live. And yeah, Tiff, that patty cake in your own shit. Fuck that. Go patty cake in your own shit, bitch. Yeah. And just beware, whenever I'm on a roll like this, it's hard telling what'll come out of my mouth. And I said what I said. No regrets. Post this link again for this pussy motherfucker. Come on, bitch. You ain't gonna show your face. Tiff, we can do that. We can absolutely do that. Right. And yeah, we need more people speaking out on this. And Tiff, what pisses me off And Yanni and anybody that's been through this, you'll totally understand what I'm saying. Like they mentally and emotionally and sometimes physically, rough us around or whatever. And there's not a damn thing that you can do by law with it because you know what I mean? Like they can beat the shit out of you, then yeah, you can do something. But the narcissistic abuse that you get, the trauma bonding, the gaslighting, the deflecting, the lying, the cheating, everything. And there's not a damn thing you can do to protect yourself. It's you're not liking no more. Well, good for you. I only went over there because of you. I don't care for him, but I wouldn't. I mean, I'm civil with him, cordial or whatever now, but yeah, good move, Tiff. That's all I'm gonna say. They have laws against it in the UK for real. I wonder if I could look into that since you know how sometimes you can't look up stuff in other countries. They need laws against it here, man. I don't know if anyone heard about the Cassie Carly case, but she told her family a year or so or whatever ago before an incident happened that if anything ever happened to her, that it was her baby daddy. Well, her and her baby daddy had split visitation or something, but she went to meet him and she went missing. And he had abused her mentally, physically, emotionally, and everything. And they got a law on it. It's in the panhandle of Florida over there. It's what's that city called? I can't remember now. I covered the case though. Um Damn, what city was that? I can't remember now. But yeah, he killed her. Buried her in a little grave in California, not California, fuck. In Alabama. Let me screenshot that, Tiff, because I want to look into that. Yeah, and just like UK takes cyberbullying and stuff pretty seriously too, I believe. There's got to be something done because these women are dying, and then there's women, killing their abuser. Just, you know what I'm saying? You snap and you can't take no more, and it's not right. Let me play this little clip real quick. I'm going to share. It's only like a minute. I love Manjeet. She's amazing. She helped me when I first started realizing what was going on. She's amazing. And she does, if anyone needs to like have, she specializes in this, in narcissists, because she went through it. She's amazing.
Narcissists have been around since humankind. It's nothing new. Narcissism is a term that originated with Narcissus in Greek mythology in 1889. He fell in love with his own reflection in a pool of water. Narcissism is nothing new. In 1980, narcissistic personality disorder was officially recognized as a mental disorder.
What?
Narcissism is used to
Come here.
describe a person with low or no empathy, compassion, and remorse because of the wiring
Come
of
on.
their brain. Between 1 to 5% of the population has narcissistic personality disorder, but I think the figures are close to 10 to 15%, which means there are a lot more narcissists. I think the figures are only going to get higher. There is research that has been done, and I have showed this in my book on Amazon, Survival Guide for Toxic Narcissistic Relationships. There has been some research carried out by Twenge and colleagues that overpraise by parents is a contributing factor. As a result, every child feels special. They feel their feelings of self worth are considered necessary rather than them actually going out to achieve the success. Other research suggests social media might be a contributing factor. Recent research found people who posted large numbers of selfies on social media developed a 25% rise in narcissistic traits over a 4-month period. May seem like there are more narcissists because people are recognizing it a lot more because of creators like myself and the social media presence of others. Not only that, there is ongoing research on the narcissist brain. There is just more recognition of narcissists and their behavior traits, which may seem like there are a lot more, but they have been around for thousands of years, in my opinion.
Okay, and this one here is on trauma bonding, and people have no clue what trauma bonding is. And there's this girl that I didn't work for. She worked for us. Um, and she knew all of the shit I was going through, and she's seen it, because she was there and she see bruises on me and shit. And I've been starting to speak out a little more and play a couple videos, of what he's done to me because I secretly recorded him. And she's like, "You're never gonna get out of it. You just gotta leave, a trauma bond. Once you realize you have a trauma bond, you gotta go." And it was like, really? You're my fucking friend? You've been my friend for 5 fucking years and seen what I've been through? And you're gonna say that to me? Yeah, fuck that. And I've been so upset over that though, because I love her. But when she said that, I'm done. If you know what I've been through and then you want to tell me just shut the fuck up, fuck you.
Narcissists are addicted. When things are good, we get addicted to the way our narcissist makes us feel. It's euphoric. That's because when they make you feel loved, our brains release feel-good chemicals like dopamine. We literally get a high off our narcissist. Over time, we become addicted to this. A narcissist also gets a high from us when we give them supply and massage their ego. The mask eventually slips and you see the true colors of who you are with. They keep telling you the things you want to hear and keep telling you they love you, but they start making digs at you and the emotional and sometimes physical abuse begins. You stick around because they still give you the little doses of the feel-good chemical known as the dopamine. They give you just enough to keep you alive before they starve you of it again. The truth is, it will never be enough. You will be in this yo-yo of a high and low constantly, and your brain chemicals become more imbalanced. Break the cycle. You will never be enough. I'm Manjit Kaur and I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery therapist. Today, I'm going to talk about love bombing and how a narcissist uses this clever technique to gain your trust and loyalty so you struggle to leave in the relationship. Love bombing is the cruelest method a narcissist will use to get you hooked and so trapped that you can't get out. Most are trapped for years and decades until the penny finally drops. Love bombing is when the relationship moves at a very fast pace. It moves so fast that you are literally swept off your feet. Often the exchanges of being in love are done very quickly, a declaration that you are their soulmate and that they have been looking for you their entire life. A narcissist is super charming and complimenting. The compliments are exaggerated, and when you look back, they seem false. With the constant flattery and charm, you find that the narcissist leaves an imprint in your mind so that you think about them day and night. It is impossible not to fall for it. Who doesn't like compliments and flattery? But these are just their very hook. You may even find that you have sex on your first date or within a very short space of time. Often there is a lot of sex and good sex. They do this so that you feel an intimate bond to them and deep connection. Intimacy naturally bonds you even further and connects you like a magnet. With lots of sex and attention, you will fall foul to a narcissist. It is hard not to. When they have you where they want, the abuse starts.
The mask slips and their true colors begin to show. They no longer need to put on a mask. They can really be how they want. In the beginning, they need a high from you, and you provide that high, but the high they feel is temporary. They begin to feel miserable and have a need for control, so they begin to tear you down. This is not on you. A narcissist does not know what they want, and there is nothing you can do to salvage the relationship. Devaluing, ghosting, gaslighting, projection, and so on begins to happen, and you can't get your head around why. You struggle to believe how someone so loving could be so cruel to you. This was someone that made you feel so special that you thought they would do anything for you. Now, this very person is doing everything to hurt you. This is why it is so hard to leave, because you are looking for that same high the first time you met. You are looking for the person you thought you knew, but this very person is your reality. This is exactly who they are. That person is gone, as it never really existed. It was just an illusion that they created. If you meet someone again, this is love bombing you and attention is exaggerated. I would be very careful. Relationships take time to develop. Only time will tell if they are toxic or narcissistic. If you would like to know more about what I do, visit my website. The details are below. You might also want to get a copy of my book, Survival Guide for Toxic Narcissistic Relationships, on Amazon. Don't forget to like and share my video. If you have any questions, stick them in the comments.
I'm going to try to grab her links here that she just mentioned. I need to figure out how to do it off of my computer anyway. I usually have someone doing it for me. Let's see here. I don't want that one. I want her book. The book is really, really good. It's a really good read. If you would like to read, and it's like $20 or it's not bad. Shit, I can't even get it. Shit, see what I'm doing? Or let me get the link this way, I guess. This is her book. I've read it so many times. And it's amazing. It is an amazing book if you are going through any kind of abuse like this, and I'm not a reader. I don't read books, and I read that one. I've read a lot recently since they don't look right. That does not look right. Y'all click that link and see if it takes you to that book. That don't look right. Let me see how do you get share? I will get her channel link here. I know, Tiff, it's sad that I literally was just thinking that the other day. I said it's sad that I'm mourning the person I fell in love with like the first month or so, and it's like that person never existed. And whenever your reality really hits you of what's going on in the narcissism, and it's horrible. No, Tiff, I haven't read that. I'll check that one out too. I just screenshot that. Let me get this off the screen. Have you all ever watched Mental Illness on TikTok. He has a YouTube too, but it's not as much as his TikTok. He is a diagnosed narcissistic personality disorder. He's been diagnosed with it, and he has a huge following. He's amazing. He's the only narcissist I respect. His name is Lee Hammock. I have a lot of his videos on here too, and he talks about narcissism. He calls out. He's like, yes, this is what we do. This is what we do, and why we do it. But he's an advocate for us, the ones that's been hurt, and it's pretty cool. All vexing. I hope you feel better. This one here is a little longer, but she explains thoroughly what NPD is. I just love Manjeet. If you're going through it, excuse me a second, I got a cough. If you're going through it with your partner and you don't know what's going on, you're sad every day, and he just look into it, because a lot of people don't even realize they're in a relationship like that or trauma bonded. I didn't know what a trauma bond was until I figured out that my old man was a narcissist. And they have this just blank fucking look in their eyes, and they don't care. They'll throw up the past, but they don't want you to throw up the past. Hell no, how dare you throw up the past? All right, I'm going to play this here.
Hi, I'm Manjit Kaur Ruprai, and I'm a counsellor, EMDR therapist, and I help victims in the recovery from narcissistic.
Tiff, could you look in my About section and get my email and email all those to me if you don't mind? Please and thanks.
Understanding the complexity of narcissistic personality disorder, I also learned abuse. I realized a few years ago that I had also been a victim of abuse, so I went on my own healing journey. I had to face some dark truths, but they have helped me in understanding the complexity of narcissistic personality disorder. I also learned a lot of things about myself. I also discovered that I have a narcissistic mother, which was a painful thing to accept. And I realized I have other narcissistic family members. I've had to work hard on myself. When you have been a victim, you are always working on yourself, and the journey of growth never ends. I gain a lot of satisfaction when I see people that I have worked with grow within themselves and develop so many strengths they thought they never had. Recovery is possible, but it takes a lot of work. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what is narcissistic personality disorder. Are you being abused? This is something that comes up a lot, and people become confused with abuse and love. Trauma bonding, cognitive dissonance, and applying boundaries. I hope that you find this video helpful, and if there are any questions that you have, please drop me a message. So what is narcissistic personality disorder? Narcissistic personality disorder is when an individual has an overinflated sense of their own importance. They seek attention, admiration, and lack empathy, compassion, and remorse, so they are unable to step in an individual's shoes to see how they feel. Therefore, they always have drama from the troubled relationships that they form. They're always the victim and cause chaos in every relationship. Once a victim is in the hook of a narcissist, they are brainwashed that life will be very bleak without them. The abuser wants you to become dependent on them, so they use tactics such as intimidation, physical and mental abuse, emotional, social, financial, and bullying to make you feel dependent on them. Narcissists would use tactics such as gaslighting, projection, isolation, and make you lose your mind with the constant mind games, so you never know where you stand. You find you begin to lose yourself the longer you are with them. NPD is a complex disorder, so it is important to look at what causes it. Narcissists are created with a product of environment, early childhood trauma, growing up in an abusive environment, a parent being a narcissist, neglect, or just simply being spoiled rotten or being the golden child has an impact on the child. I grew up as a scapegoat and I still am. If there are environmental factors mentioned, there is a greater chance a narcissist is created. It starts in childhood and the traits become stronger in adulthood. I must also point out that narcissist does not change. The only thing you can do is to recognize it and to walk away. I must also point out that not all narcissists are the same. You have the overt and the covert, the malignant, and some are highly cunning, manipulative, that you won't even realize you are being abused. A lot of people that I work with become confused and sometimes are unsure if they are being abused. So let's look at, are you being abused? I always say that abuse is abuse. Some are desperate for a narcissist label, but abuse is abuse. Most narcissists do not get diagnosed because they do not or refuse to have a psychiatric evaluation. So they very rarely get diagnosed. The ones that do get diagnosed call the psychologist or psychiatrist a liar. My advice would be to discard the label and to look at the actual abuse that you are experiencing. Not all abuse is physical. Mental abuse is just as bad, if not worse, as it is harder to spot. So if someone constantly devalues you, that is abuse, regardless if the person is a narcissist or not. The label doesn't matter. If someone makes you feel worthless, that is abuse. You should be made to feel worthy. If someone controls you, that is abuse. That includes telling you what to wear, when you can go out, where you can work, chooses your friends. That is abuse. The person should respect you and respect your freedom. If someone name calls, threatens you, puts you down, that is abuse. If someone doesn't listen to you and your needs, that is also abuse. If someone financially exploits and extorts money from you or uses money as a form of punishment, that is abuse. If someone makes you feel ugly and makes you derogatory remarks at you, that is abuse. If someone expects sex on demand without considering your needs, that is abuse. If someone accuses you of things you're not doing, and they are doing the things they are accusing you of, that is abuse. That is projection. It is abuse. The list could go on and on. My point is not to get fixated on, is she or he a narcissist? The label doesn't matter. Abuse is abuse of any form. If you tick some or all of these statements, you are likely dealing with a narcissist. Let's look at trauma bonding. If you are watching this, you will be trauma bonding. So trauma bonding occurs in very toxic relationships where the victim becomes deeply attached to the abuser. The victim finds that they are trapped in the cycle of love bombing, being devalued and discarded. Most are stuck in love bombing and devaluing and will hardly go through the discard phase. The narcissist likes to keep you dangling and will not always discard you. You might end up doing the discarding, so be prepared for the hoovering where the narc will suck you back into only devalue you again. Trauma bonding is when you are punished and rewarded by given little doses of love. As time goes on, the trauma bond intensifies because the victim's brain becomes confused with the extreme cycles of love bombing and abuse. Trauma bonding are compared to an addiction because the abuser is so good at love bombing. You crave that hit every time. It's like a drug. Every time you get your hit, you feel so good and you want it again and again. When you try to break free from your abuser, it is like withdrawing from an addiction. You will experience extreme withdrawal symptoms. You will find that you try to break free several times until you decide that enough is enough. The victim becomes so entangled in the relationships that they believe they're unable to survive without the abuser, and their world will come crashing down. Going cold turkey and riding out the withdrawal symptoms is the only way to fully break free. Of course, if you have children, you have to co-parent. You can learn the BIF technique to co-parent. So keep the contact brief. Having an argument or getting into conflict will serve no purpose. It will keep the conflict going. The narc will not back down, so keep communication as brief as possible. Focus on the facts. Don't let your opinion, defending yourself, or your emotions get in the way of the communication. Be friendly. Treat it like a work or a business meeting where you are professional and you look after your tone and what you say. Remember, the narc wants to catch you out and have one on you. Don't give in to anything where they can wind you up. Be firm. The narc will try and make life difficult for you. Be firm but friendly. Give them 2 choices and a deadline to reply back to you. When you're in a narcissistic relationship, the victim will go into a state of cognitive dissonance. So what is cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance is the uneasiness a person experiences whenever they are holding 2 conflicting ideas simultaneously. For example, you're in a narcissistic relationship, but know that person is causing harm to you, but you lie to yourself about the extent of the harm. This results in cognitive dissonance. The victim ends up having an inner conflict with themselves, where they defend their abuser. They justify and rationalize the abuse and make excuses that it is okay that the abuser acted in this way because they did something to trigger it. For example, someone who is abused by a narcissistic partner hates living in their situation, but at the same time defends the abuser. They tell themselves that they only get treated badly because this is the abuser's way of expressing love. The victim convinces themselves that everything will be okay, and this inner dialogue reduces the anxiety and gives hope that they can survive. The victim ends up bonding further with their abuser and becomes trauma bonded to the point that imagining life without the abuser becomes a daily struggle. In my experience and what I have been through, those that are abused have a lack of self-love and boundaries, or are codependent like how I am. This means that they people please, are unable to say no, go along with others' wants when they don't actually want to. Your own feelings do not matter, and you spend time fixing others. You can't stand up for yourself and you suppress your emotions just to please others. Once you recognize your poor boundaries or codependency, there is a chance that you can change by applying healthy boundaries and working with a therapist to help you. Applying boundaries takes time, as this is something you are not used to, as you may not have ever had any. I have had to work hard on my own boundaries, and I still am. I'm still not perfect. It's not about being perfect, because no one is, but it is important to listen to your inner voice and learn to be able to say no. Together, combined with poor boundaries, codependency, trauma bonding, and cognitive dissonance, it becomes a lethal combination, and the victim gets stuck. I hope that you found this short video helpful. If you would like more information or would like to have any therapy, get in contact with me via my website, www.narcissicabusetraumaclinic.com. Thank you for watching. Hi, I'm Manjit Kaur-Ruprai. I run the Narcissistic Abuse Trauma Clinic and a secret Facebook group that has grown rapidly. You can add yourself to the Facebook group by clicking on the link below. Don't forget to answer the questions on joining. You can also find more information on my Deranged Love blog and my website. Today, I want to talk to you about trauma bonds. You probably come across this term many, many times. Most of you will be trauma bonded, which adds to your suffering. So what is trauma bonding? Trauma bonding occurs in very toxic relationships where you become deeply attached to the abuser. There will be a great deal of pain combined with times of calm, which makes it all the more confusing. Trauma bonds are difficult to break, and you feel a sense of being trapped. You know the relationship is toxic and no good for you, but yet you feel you can't get out.
Victims of abuse often develop a strong sense of loyalty and compassion towards their abuser, despite the fact that the bond is damaging to them. The trauma bond will make it hard for you to break free from the relationship, so you find you are drawn to them over and over and over again. This is because abusers are so good at keeping you trapped, with the extreme cycles of love bombing, devalue, and discard. Your mind struggles to understand how someone showing so much love to you can bring you to your lowest point in life. This entraps you to give chance after chance after chance, and you are always in the hope that the abuser changes. Most victims will be trapped in the cycle of love bombing, devalue, and discard for many years until they are able to break free. You will always be fighting for the hope that the abuser changes and gives you what you want, and that is to show you love and respect. That's not a lot to ask for. This never happens, and the abuse often becomes worse, or you become even more trauma bonded and develop complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Most victims will experience sleep difficulties because their mind replays things over and over again of the abuse that has taken place. The victim will think how they could have done things differently to save the failing relationship, but they couldn't have. The victim will question if they could have said something differently, and will even question if they are the narcissist. I hear that from my clients all the time. The victim feels they are to blame for the failing relationship. When there is a confrontation, you find you quickly apologize and feel the need to fix things, but you can't. Trauma bonds are like an addiction. You find that you constantly check for messages, check their social media or anything else you can find out about them. You would rather have them in your life, even a small amount, than not have them in your life at all. Breaking free from the trauma bond can be compared to withdrawing from an addiction because you feel extreme withdrawal symptoms. You find that you replay things over and over again in your mind. You cling on to the fantasies about them and the promises that they made to you. You will even deny that the abuse took place, or will block it out of your mind, that it wasn't that bad. All you can think of is having them in your life and the love that they showed to you. You even justify them being abusive to you. You make excuses for them. Narcissistic abuse can leave you feeling helpless, and not a lot of people understand what you are going through. And it can take several attempts of going no contact to break free. It can take many, many months, 4 to 6 months, for the information to digest of who you are dealing with. Often one little slip of breaking no contact will send you back to square one. Going cold turkey is the only way to curb the addiction to the narcissist. But you have to remain strong and not give in. When you mean no contact, really mean it for your recovery. The reality is you are addicted. The definition of an addiction is a persistent, compulsive dependence on or commitment to a habit or practice on a thing or substance to the extent that its cessation causes trauma. There are many definitions of an addiction, but the bottom line is it is a dependence on something that causes a person to have compulsive thoughts and behaviors which they are unable to control. The narcissist is addicted to you to give them narc supply. In the same way, you are also addicted to the narcissist because you're simply not willing to accept that they are toxic. So you keep on fighting to change them and to be the person that you want them to be. But they never will be. This is why no contact is the only way for you to curb your addiction, because they won't change. You can only do no contact if you have no children. Going no contact will be painful, but hang in there, as that is the only way. Therapy can help you along the way in your recovery. It's important to find a therapist that understands narcissistic abuse so you can feel validated and understood. Therapy will also help to keep you on track. If you feel that you're slipping, they'll bring you back to where you need to be. Please feel free to comment below and visit my website and secret Facebook group in the details below. If you feel someone else could benefit from this video, please feel free to share. Comment below of how you've been affected by trauma bonding. Thank you for watching. Bye.
I'm Manjit Kaur Rupra and I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery therapist. Every Wednesday, I share a video about narcissism, so don't forget to subscribe. Today, I'm going to talk about flying monkeys. What is it and what you need to look out for? A flying monkey is someone that is recruited by the narcissist to spy on you. This could be a mutual friend, family, co-worker, neighbor, or even your own children. The flying monkey is often manipulated to find out information about you and pass it on to the narcissist. The narcissist will play the victim in order to get the flying monkey on side, so you will find you cannot trust anyone. The narcissist has to maintain the illusion of the power they have over you, so they will employ the use of third parties through which they will attempt to continue to control and manipulate you. As soon as you begin to put boundaries in place and distance yourself from your narcissist, be prepared for this toxic game. A narcissist will stop at nothing to destroy you in order to cope with their narcissistic injury of you leaving. They will turn people against you and get them to spy on you. Narcissists begin grooming your friends and family from the moment they meet them. In the beginning, the narcissist is testing them and your relationship with them to see how strong the bond is. At first, they may tell your friends and family how much they love you and how they think you are soulmates. This test will be to see if your friends go running back to you with this information. Over time, the messages they're feeding your friends and family may start to contain a little nugget of truth. Only now the narcissist is poking fun at you behind your back. They may highlight something like, Tracy is such a good storyteller. I never know when she's making something up. What this test does is plant the seed for later when you start to tell your friends stories about the narcissist's lies, cheating, and behaviors. The seed of doubt has now been planted, and your own friends and family will not believe the things you say about the narcissist when they go from good to bad. The mission is accomplished. They are the flying monkeys, and they've been recruited. If you'd like to know more about what I do, visit my website. The details are below. You might also want to get a copy of my book, Survival Guide for Toxic and Narcissistic Relationships, on Amazon. Don't forget to like and share my video. If you have any questions, stick them in the comments. Thank you for watching.
Narcissistic abuse trauma clinic, and a secret Facebook group that has grown rapidly. You can add yourself to the Facebook group by clicking on the link below. Don't forget to answer the questions on joining. You can also find more information on my Deranged Love blog and my website by clicking on the link below. So do you think you are dating a narcissist? Are there red flags you have ignored? Today, I'm going to go over some of the red flags so that you can recognize them and be aware of. There are narcissists everywhere, and the more vigilant we are, the better it is for us. The reality is, if someone sends a bad signal down your gut, that is the best sign you will get. You will know that something doesn't feel right, but you just can't put your finger on it. As a relationship progresses, you will know that they are no good for you and you need to get out, but you simply can't, just can't find a way out. You will be stuck, probably because you're a codependent and an empath. Most victims will have a narcissistic parent, so you're always seeking approval and love. The abuser will also have a narcissistic parent, so they have picked up the narc traits from their parent. There is also research that suggests that the amygdala, part of the brain that carries the seat of emotion, of empathy, consciousness and remorse, is shrunken compared to other individuals. This is why there is a lack of emotion when they do something wrong to you, and they won't feel bad. Here are some of the red flags you need to be aware of. So red flag number 1, love bombing. You will be swept off your feet quickly. They will declare their love for you very early on, sometimes within a matter of a week or 2, and sometimes before they have even met you. They will say that they have been waiting for you their whole life and how their ex-wife or partner ruined their whole life. They will ask you to marry them and have children very quickly, and you will literally be swept off your feet. They will get the relationship to move very fast. They will even ask you to move in with them really quickly, within a matter of time. As the mask begins to slip, the fairy tale that you dreamt about will be quite the opposite. In fact, it will be your worst nightmare. Red flag 2, the victim mentality. They will always be the victim and never take the blame or responsibility for their actions. Basically, you won't matter, and neither will anyone else around them. They will always project themselves as the victim, and your feelings will simply not matter. In fact, if you bring up any concerns about them, they will twist it around so that they appear to be the victim. Red flag number 3, they lie. They simply lie. You will catch them out lying, from big lies to small lies. They will lie to you about their whereabouts. There will be gaps in their whereabouts, and things will not tally up. Their feelings won't reflect how they behave towards you. For example, the narcissist will tell you that you mean the world to them, and then will devalue you. They will make you feel completely worthless and that you're nothing. Red flag number 4, the silent treatment. The narcissist will often give you the silent treatment as a form of punishment. If you challenge them or catch them out on their crap, they will give you the silent treatment. This behavior can be described as close to a strocky child, a spoilt brat. Red flag number 5, narcissists are surrounded by drama. Everything will be a great big drama to them. Their ex will have been a drama, and their whole life will be one big drama. Remember, they are seeking narc supply. The drama of causing a reaction and an argument with you will give them just the supply they are looking for. Similarly, when you praise them and give them your full attention, you're also giving them supply. Red flag number 6, hoovering. Once narcissists discard you, they will try to hoover you back in. Whether they do this within a matter of days, weeks, or months, expect to be hoovered back in. They will make promises of change and to be everything that you want them to be. But it will only be a matter of time until they discard you again. The narc hoover will be purely on their terms, and you will be left in a state of confusion whether you give them one more chance. In my opinion, this just prolongs your suffering, as the promises of change never occur. Red flag number 7, triangulation. Not all, but some narcissists will involve you in a love triangle. Once they discard you, they will quickly move on to the next supply, but will keep you hanging. This happened to me. You will still be on the scene, and often the narcissist will complain about the new supply to you. The best thing that you can do is to go no contact and to move forward, as this is a cruel way to keep you dangling. Red flag number 8, gaslighting. This is when the narcissist will make you doubt your reality. You will be left confused and question your own sanity. They will tell you that they didn't say that, or that conversation didn't take place. So you begin to question what is real and what isn't. Red flag number 9, they will fake the future. They will make out that you have a blossoming future ahead of you with them. They will do this early on and tell you that they want kids with you, a house, practically everything. But what they intend to do is to control you and to destroy you and to keep you in their hook. What they are looking for isn't real, and they will move on from victim to victim, destroying every single one of them. Worst of all, they will promise a blossoming future to every victim. Red flag number 10. Something is very off about them. You know deep down that something is very off with them, but you can't tell what it is. Your gut goes crazy and it tells you to keep away, but you can't, as the love bombing is so good. This makes you stay on until you have gone too deep and can't get out. You know that things are very exaggerated, something just isn't right, but you still choose to carry on because they have promised you the future, a perfect future. So these are some of the red flags you need to be aware of. The list can go on, but simply if something doesn't feel right, walk away. Always follow your gut and your instinct, as that will never lie to you. It all depends on if you take note of your gut. So please feel free to comment below on how you have been affected by narcissistic abuse.
So that was some good little information. Just a second, Jeff. Just a second. Like, you know, don't be coming in here starting no shit. You're never in my chats, ever. Yeah, but if Tiffany wasn't in my chat, you wouldn't be in my chat. Right? It's just weird you're in my chat and you've never ever been in my live streams. I mean, you're welcome, but just be respectful. I just don't want no shit. But if you could subscribe to Manjeet, she's really amazing. I don't guess my little shit talker's gonna show up. Oh, Fairy Floss, that's so sad. Your daughter. All right, like as long as there ain't no shit, I don't care. You know what I mean? And I don't know what's going on, and I just don't want any shit. We don't really do drama over here. I mean, I wanted to do some drama with this because this bitch didn't show up that was supposed to be here. Oh, purring hot dog or Bose, whatever the fuck her name is. Account started December 2nd, bitch ass. You had a lot of shit to say. You ain't got nothing now, do you? All right, well, you all, I just want to talk a little bit on that. I will be talking more on narcissism because that was nice to let that out. And thank you all for coming. And I hope to talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good evening and good night.